The night I found her, the streets of Chicago were soaked in heavy rain, the kind that makes everything feel distant and quiet. I was walking back to my small apartment after a long day of work when I heard it, a faint, fragile cry coming from near the gate. At first I thought I had imagined it, but then I heard it again, softer this time, as if it were fading away. I followed the sound, my heart beating faster with every step, until I saw her, a tiny baby wrapped in a thin, worn blanket lying completely alone. There was no note, no name, and no sign that anyone was coming back. Without thinking, I bent down, picked her up, and held her close, feeling her small body tremble in my arms. In that moment, I didn't realize it yet, but my life had just changed forever. My name is Emily Carter, and at that time, I was 32 years old, single, and struggling to survive in a city that rarely noticed people like me. I worked long hours at a small tailoring shop, earning just enough to pay rent and buy food. My life had become quiet, lonely, and predictable until she came into it. The neighbors started whispering almost immediately, questioning where the baby had come from and what kind of woman I was. But none of that mattered to me, because when I looked into her eyes, I felt something I had never felt before. I felt purpose. I named her Lily because even in the middle of that storm, she felt like something pure and beautiful, something worth fighting for. Raising her wasn't easy, not in a place like Chicago, where survival itself can feel like a daily battle. There were nights I went to bed hungry so she could have enough, days I worked extra hours just to afford her needs, and moments when exhaustion made me feel as if I would break. But every time she called me Mom, it gave me the strength to keep going. She became my world, my reason, my everything. As the years passed, Lily grew into a kind and intelligent girl with a gentle heart and a smile that could brighten even the darkest days. But there was always one question I feared, the one I knew would come sooner or later. When she finally asked, "Mom, where did I come from?" I gave her the only answer I could. I told her that she came into my life when I needed her the most. She accepted it, though deep down I knew the truth would not stay hidden forever. One afternoon, everything changed when there was a knock on the door. When I opened it, I saw a woman who looked completely out of place in our building, dressed in a way that spoke of a life far different from ours. Her presence alone made my heart uneasy. Then she said the words that made everything inside me stop. "You have my daughter." When she said Lily's name, it felt as if the ground had disappeared beneath me. I asked her who she was, and her voice broke as she said she was Lily's mother. I refused to believe it at first, telling her I had found Lily alone with no one around. But she explained everything. Her name was Rebecca Hayes, and years ago she had been trapped in a situation she couldn't escape. She admitted that she had left Lily behind, hoping someone would take care of her. Hearing that broke something inside me because to me, Lily was never something you leave behind. She was everything. That evening, I told Lily the truth, watching confusion and pain cross her face. When she asked if Rebecca was her real mother, the word real cut deeper than anything I had ever felt. I realized that love and truth were about to collide in a way I couldn't control. Rebecca started visiting after that, bringing gifts and promises of a better life, trying to build a connection. But something always felt off. Lily was polite but distant, respectful but not close. I could see in her eyes that something was missing. Then one day, Rebecca finally asked Lily to come live with her, promising her everything I couldn't give, a bigger home, better schools, a brighter future. The room fell silent as Lily stood there, caught between two lives. Rebecca gently said, "I'm your real mother. You belong with me." For a moment, it felt as though time had stopped. Then Lily spoke, her voice quiet yet stronger than anything I had ever heard. "I'm sorry," she said, "but you left me." Those words filled the room with a silence so heavy it was almost unbearable. She continued, saying that she had been just a baby and hadn't understood anything back then, but she understood now. I was the one who stayed, the one who chose her every single day. She turned to me with tears in her eyes and said, I was the one who had given her everything. Then she held my hand tightly and said she wasn't going anywhere. In that moment, I felt something I cannot fully put into words, a mix of relief, love, and quiet understanding. Some bonds are not made by blood, but by sacrifice, by presence, by never walking away. As Rebecca stood there in silence, realizing there are some things you can never undo, I finally understood the truth I had been living all along. Being a mother is not about giving birth. It is about staying when it's hard, loving when it hurts, and never leaving. Because in the end, the one Who stays is the one who truly belongs.